All right, welcome in everybody. Monday afternoon, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Appreciate you guys all being here. All the viewers tuning in from wherever platform you're watching this on. Just want to give a quick plug before we get started today. Check out the link below if you're watching this on X, or in the link in my bios wherever you're watching this. We're going to get started today talking about some of the material that we cover inside of the Taylor's Code community. It's a Discord group where we have professionals in there working each and every day, myself included. I'm in there talking about e-commerce, cryptocurrency, a bunch of other things, fitness, getting people acclimated to fitness and just optimizing your health and your nutrition. So it's the group to become the ultimate professional no matter what you do in today's world. There's always more room for improvement, always more room to increase your high value skills, and that translates to making more money in today's day and age. It's the internet age, so the more online skills you have, website building is a big one that I teach, and content creation, cryptocurrency, which we're going to be talking about today. Make sure to join the community. We have people in there talking about what they're doing each and every day. Priamo had a live stream this morning of the ultimate market professionals, talking through strategies, talking through when we're buying assets, when we're selling assets, how to use some of the softwares that I'm going to talk about today is a big one. New partnership with the Taylor's Code. I'm going to get Priamo's link here to get his commissions set for Blofin. So make sure to check that out. Be on the lookout for that. Make sure to comment, ask questions. If you guys are interested in learning more about what we do, ask questions. The chat is the easiest way for me to communicate with you guys. I see it right here on my screen. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it. First thing is, I like the late night streams a little better, the 8 p.m.s, as opposed to when I do the Sunday conversations yesterday. Easter Sunday, so it took yesterday off. I like the later streams better. 8 p.m. action. I think more people are just online, so we're gonna get more viewers rolling in and out of here, as opposed to 10 a.m. on a Sunday. Nobody's really sitting on the computers watching stream. So I think this is a good time to start learning more, just for me to be better and to learn better streaming techniques. That's just something that I'm going to get better at. So appreciate you guys. If you're in here, throw a like, throw a subscribe, and I'll be looking in the chat. All right. So what I'm going to be talking to you guys through today is Blofin. It's a new, well, not new, but new to me. It's a new crypto trading platform that gives you tons of options in terms of spot trading, futures trading, and a bunch of other features that you guys have probably seen before if you're an avid trader. But this gives you exclusive perk ups if you guys sign up with the Priamo Taylor's Code discount code. You're going to get a sign-on bonus and a few other things. So I'm going to make sure to attach that for you guys if you guys are interested. And what I really wanted to talk about is, just kind of my learning process of how I've been digesting it and what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days to really get acclimated to the system, and that is the demo trading. So you guys could jump right into the platform and start trading with paper money. I believe they give you $50,000 of paper money, fake money, that you could use and practice and trade on. So that's what I'm going to be looking at today, because I think that's the best way to actually start learning how to do this on the platform. And if you want more in-depth video, Priamo had it on his page on Saturday, where he was talking through some things, but I'm going to just kind of talk through how I see the platform and how I'm going to use it. And I actually have a trade open right now, so we'll analyze that, and we'll go from there. So if there's any assets that you guys would like to see me trade on here, we could get into that. So let me produce this up, and I could get to the platform. I think it's going to default to Bitcoin, which is okay. And I think I might have to move the camera here, just because I think it's going to be in the way. So let's move the camera over here, so that way we could see the whole sidebar. All right, so we're good. We're live. We're up. And so this is Blofin. This is the demo trading platform And this is where you could go in, you could practice with paper money up to $50,000, where you could practice futures trading. I think a lot of people have that intimidation factor when they're first starting out trading in crypto or trading anything, even other assets, stocks, and things like that. It's a little intimidating to just dive in head first with your own money, but there is platforms out there that you could actually use paper money and practice trading before you get into it. So this is the home screen for the Bitcoin perp, and all the perp means is that it's a futures contract. All right, so I'm gonna click in the futures here, and then that's it's where it takes us into this chart / just home screen. All right, so this is where you're going to be able to trade. A few things right off the bat. You're going to notice the very traditional trading view chart. I'm pretty sure every crypto company software is integrated with the trading view chart. So if you guys use trading view for any of your assets, it's going to feel like home from that perspective. And over here on the right, you're going to have your order book, where you could see everyone coming in at prices and making it the current price right now. So everyone's buying and selling, adjusting the price as they do it, and that's how you get more buys than sells, more sells than buys, whatever it might be. All right, and that's going to be the order book, where you see large amounts of Bitcoin coming in, large amounts of Bitcoin going out in terms of buys and sells, right? And on the right is where you're going to actually have your trading terminal, where you're going to be able to put your prices in, and where you're going to be able to adjust your leverage. And that's one of the beauties about Blowfin, is the large leverage that you could do on it. So maybe you don't have a lot of money that you can put in right now, but you have conviction in your plays, and you have a really strong intuition that these plays are going to be good, and you could optimize the leverage to that. Of course, it comes at your own risk. It's not without risk, so just be mindful of that. You don't want to put all the money that you have into one trade, and then your trade goes sour and you get liquidated, and then you're done trading. All right, so this is a long-term approach. This is not just a get rich quick, hit the crypto moon pump. That is why we're doing this strategy, is because these are legitimate assets. Bitcoin, we know Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the ones on here that have these futures are legitimate assets. These aren't ones that you're just going to put your money into and they're going to rip up 1,000% and then dump on you. All right, these are all, as you can see over here, these are the largest crypto assets that you can buy, and they all have these perpetual futures that people build and that you could trade with. All right, so if we just go back over to here, one of the things that I like to look for when I'm going to be trading is the volume. So obviously Bitcoin's going to have the largest volume, but looking outside of that, some of the other coins that have good volume are going to be ones that you're going to want to trade. So one that is actually a little surprising to me is Brett has pretty high volume, and what I like to do is I like to filter this from low to high, so you see which ones are trading the most volume. I thought I was filtered, that's why I said Brett, but this is going to be pretty much almost in terms of market cap. You see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Doge, Pepe, right? So these are all pretty much in order of market cap, just going by sheer volume. The further we go down, you're going to see some other ones that you recognize, and I believe this is all they have as of right now on futures. But let's get into the trade. Okay, so I have a position down here open. This is the Brett position that I opened earlier today. So if we click on that, it's going to take me to the Brett screen, and we're going to take a look at where I opened this trade at. So I'm on the 15-minute chart right now. I opened this trade. Where is it at? Okay, here it is. So I opened this trade. Okay, right here. I don't know why the arrow keeps disappearing as soon as I zoom in, but I believe I made this trade right here at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And again, this is all paper money. This is not my own money. And how you could see that is, so the demo trading is up here. And if you go to assets inside your demos trading, you hit futures. So then you can see your funded account. And then boom, you see it there, $53,302 of available funds to trade. Okay, so again, I know this is the demo account because I'm in the demo trading here. If I wanted to go back to live view, I hit that button there. But they start you off with $50,000 where you're able to trade, practice, get down your strategies, get down your chart analysis, and then you're able to trade $50,000. So I'm up $3,302 on the day, which is pretty good. Let's see, this has my order center where I could see my. Okay, no, it doesn't. But these are just the positions I have open at the moment. I have a Brett position open, and I made a big trade earlier in the day that's testing out the leverage and made a pretty good $3,310 of demo money. All right. So if I go back, if I hit the home screen here, I'm going to go back to that Brett position that I opened earlier today. And you can see here that the arrow is still there, but once I get in, okay, it's just so tiny, it's kind of tough to see. All right, so the Brett position I opened up was right here. Right, I'll make it bigger right here. All right, and it did kind of what I thought it was going to do. It's slowly bleeding down. I guess I just, kind of bought it at the wrong time. But I was just testing it out, and it did end up doing what I thought it was going to do. It's kind of slowly just kind of bleeding down from here. If I was looking at this a little earlier in the day, I would have, made a better trade at it. But after this big dip here, it, it's just kind of leveling off. But I think it does have potential to go further. That's why I opened this paper trade. So it's always about the zoom out. So zoom out. I think we have we've had a pretty good uptrend here. If I just measure this out from here to here, a good 60%, and even up to here, a good 54% over the past week. So I do expect a little bit of pullback on that from the 50%, 55%. And 47% gain where it's at now. I believe that's going to go back up. I believe that's going to, that's going to climb down to maybe the 30% range, 30% gain before it goes higher, because lower lows, higher highs is how these charts tend to build out. So let's take a look at what exactly this trade is doing. So what I did was I opened this trade up, and I used 10x leverage on this. So I am on margin for $3,511. So that's why in the available to trade in the assets area of below finish that I only had $49,800 some dollars to trade. But in reality, that's because I am using the margin for this trade right here. So if we're going to open up another trade, I'm going to show you guys how I would do that. So this trade is, it's not doing too bad. That realized P&L is the trading fee, $21 to buy $3,511 worth of Brett. So that is a realized P&L that I'm down right now. And also Brett itself is up a little bit, 3.5% since I bought that in that area. Like I said, if I would have bought earlier in the day, I would be in a way better position. But that is just the way it goes, right? Sometimes you can't time it perfectly. You want to chip in. And so realistically, if I would have caught after this pump here late last night, early into the morning, it would have been a better trade. But I'm just doing this just for purposes to show you guys today. And so I'm going to put another order in. I'm actually going to put a buy in right now to kind of hedge myself here in case Brett does end up going back up a little bit over the night. So what I'm going to do is, it has retraced a good amount today. Let's see, it retraced from the high last night down to the low today. It retraced a good 5%, 4.5%. I think it definitely could retrace more than that, but this is all paper trading. I'm just, getting the ropes of the platform, and also wanted to show you guys how to trade on this. So I'm going to open up a hedge. I'm going to hedge my trade here. I'm going to I'm going to open up a trade. So we're gonna use isolated. So this is going to be the same asset over the same margin. You're going to isolate the trade. All right. We're going to pick our leverage here. So the leverage is pretty much going to be your multiple of what your total asset is worth once you put your margin in. All right, so you could 100% get totally liquidated if it hits a certain price up or down, and I'll show you guys that here down in the demo, underneath the demo buy, demo sell. And again, guys, ask any questions. If you guys are watching on X, YouTube, wherever you're watching this at, let me know. All right, so let's do it on a 10x leverage. So we have $49,822 worth of USDT available to trade, and I'm going to put this into USDT so I know exactly how much. It looks like actually, you know, this trade is getting better and better by the second. I'm only down $77 since I opened it this morning, which is great. Right, that trade is getting better and better, and I'm almost even on it, and that's good. It's perfect time to hedge it right now for hedge sake overnight. We'll see what happens overnight. So here's where I'm going to put how much I want to trade. All right, so I have $49,822 worth of paper money. Let's say I want to use, you know, a safe estimate when you're building out these trades. You never want to risk more than 5% of your portfolio. So my portfolio is worth about $53,000. 10% of $53,000 is $5,300. So I'm going to make a trade for about $2,500. All right, so I'm going to put $2,500 in. And that is going to actually cost me, because remember, I'm on 10x leverage here. So I'm trading $2,500 worth of USDT, but really it's only costing me $250 worth of USDT. Sorry, I'm buying. So over here. So it's only going to cost me, you know, divided by 10, because I'm on 10x leverage. Because if your leverage, you know, if your liquidation price hits, so if Brett hits a liquidation price of 3677, actually, well, that doesn't seem right, because it doesn't seem right because this the same liquidating price for a sell. But anyway, so let's say if it hits okay, I got it. It's gonna sell that regardless for a profit for me. So let's say that it hits 0.3677. I would end up cashing out 105,000 USDT from my $2,500 investment on 10x leverage. All right. So just talking through it. I don't know why these numbers just don't seem right to me here. The cost seems right. The max I could make from a buy, 105,667. The max I can make from a short doesn't make sense for me. So let's just put it in. So let's hit buy here. So I'm going to buy on 10x leverage at $2,500 USDT. All right, and remember, my cost is only going to be about $250. So let's confirm this. I think that was a good little buy there as we start coming back up. Let's go to the 5-minute candles just so we can see things a little bit better. All right, so we hit a little bit of support down here, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. No, sorry. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And if we follow this trend, we'll be in pretty good shape here. All right, and we're already looking pretty good. Did that trade not go through? Why did that trade not go through? Order placed. Okay. I don't know where's my open orders. I'm confused. It's not showing my order. Let's give the page a refresh. So this makes sense. This is my sell that I opened this morning. All right. I see the buy arrow. Okay, there they are. I just don't know why it's not showing up in my positions. Okay, so that was the fee, about $1.50, about $1.50, and it looks like it's heading down a little bit. I don't know why this isn't showing my open positions. Okay, there's my assets. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's okay. So this is the Bitcoin trade I made last night when I was first testing this out. A nice Bitcoin trade of 15% on 20x leverage, and yeah. So that I sold off some of the Brett as I was going this morning. Okay, so here's my order history. You can see I did 2 buys there, but I don't. It's so weird that I don't see them in my position. Because how would I sell it if I don't want to? You know what I'm saying? How do I sell it if it's not in my positions? That's what we got to figure out. My order history. Alright, let's go back here. Let's go to futures. Alright. It's kind of tripping me out how this isn't showing my position here. Let's go back to Brett. Okay. Oh. Let me see. Nice. Alright. Well, I don't know why this is not showing my Brett position that I just opened. It's kind of freaking me out. So let's close out this. I feel like this is gonna go into the green here, but you know it's paper money, so I really don't care. But I don't want to lose it. But so you guys could see here where I opened these positions last night, and then ended up closing the major position in here after this huge dump. So I had a short on Bitcoin. Opened it last night and then closed it out today around 1 o'clock. So sold for mega green here, which was perfect timing on the sell. Really, you know, when you see big dips like this, especially one of my major indicators is the RSI. So saw the RSI hit deep bottom into the 20s. Anytime you get into the 20s, it's a pretty good signal that you're bottomed out there for the local time frame. I like looking at the RSI on the 15-minute. It's pretty accurate on the 5 and 15-minute. It was actually better on the 5-minute, so maybe I was on the 5-minute this morning. So you can see these dips here on the RSI coming way deep. And even this one here, you have conviction that it's pretty low just because this went so low. But I think I don't think it's gonna pass this top here. and I think we'll fluctuate in this range for a little bit longer before we get a higher high. So yeah, be on the lookout for the RSI. It's a great indicator. So if you want, we're going to put a short in. I put a short in pretty soon because this is getting to the top of the strength index. So it's going to get up to the top here. It'll flutter around, and then it might, get back down into this 86 range. That'll be a good trade. You can see how much money I made just off of this trade here from buying in last night, kind of at this high. And I thought I would come back down a little bit more, but it kind of sat around all day. I was a little sketched out when it got up in this range. Didn't know if it was going to come back down, but it ultimately did relatively quickly. So I was ready for it. I was kind of watching it. And yeah, so that's how you trade on this platform. It's the very basics of it. And I wish this Brett position would come through because, like, what the heck? I want to... Like, what? And it's still saying, the funny thing is, it's still saying I have 50,000. Let's try it again. I mean, I really don't know what to think about this. Like, it says here that I bought 2. It filled my order. Average fill price 3525 to market. It's really tripping me out why it's not showing. Any questions, guys? Any viewers watching that you guys have any questions about this? Let's try it one more time. I mean, I would be up if that call actually went through. Open order, no open orders, position history. No P&L here because so strange. Alright, we're going to close out this trade just for the sake of, trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so that trade closed instantly. Alright, so you see I'm back at my balance, $53,155, right? So I'm still up since that big Bitcoin trade. I may be down, maybe lost $100 on that Brett trade, but I'm trying to put a nice little call in here on Brett because I think we could get a nice... Let's see, I think we could get a nice... Oh, my light died. Sorry about that. I think we could get a nice 4 to 5% run over the next day. 4%. We're playing on leverage, so if we put it on 10x leverage, we could get a nice 40. I'm going to go up just for the sake of the video. Okay, 50. So let's do this in USD. So we're doing it on 50 leverage, so the maximum we could do is 1,759 USD, which will translate well, I guess they're only allowing us to do a certain amount because they don't want us to. Okay, great. I think this is a good buying opportunity. Yeah, I mean it's really limiting us to what we could buy and sell here. So let's just do 100%. We'll do the most it'll let us. So let's buy. It's really not a lot, but it's on 50x leverage. Okay, boom. So we're in. It's showing this time. And that's pretty much it, guys. It actually went through this time. Our buy went through, so we could take a look at this. We're about even. We're down $1 on the trading fees, and then we're down about $1 on the actual trade itself. So you guys could see it's 7%. I don't know why it's not letting me trade more. You know, maybe if I put a couple, if I just kept putting buys in. Okay, yeah, position limit. Okay, so maybe it's because I'm using so much leverage that it is not letting me. That's what it is. Okay, so the more leverage you do, the less, you know, capital to let you use, pretty much. I did not know that. That's good to know. Oh, we're taking a big stick down. We got no chatters tonight. I thought we would have people in the chat. 8 p.m. stream, you know, but I guess not. Let's check it out on the X. All right, guys, this is it. The little late night stream, little late night buy and sell crypto. This is the way to do it if you're gonna do it. All right, so we're on 2x leverage now. Let's see how much it'll let me do. Okay, see now it'll let me go all in. It's paper money, right, guys? So why don't we just do a big trade? We'll just I don't love this position here just because it's flirting with the middle of the RSI. I would usually wait for a clear signal. I think it could take a little bit further of a dip down, but we're gonna do it just to have some fun here, see if we can make some money quick. Again, this is not, don't do this at home, but this is just for paper trading, not real money. All right. So let's just send it. See what we get. Okay, yeah, that's the limit. Okay, yeah, because it comes out to 51,000. Let's go down a little bit. Oh, still going past. All right. Well, good thing. I mean, I think it's a good time to do it because look at that last candle. Oh my God, it's literally falling off a cliff right now. But look at that RSI. Oh my gosh. Well, if I still had my my short on, we'd be in the green right now. But I think we get a nice retrack after this big candle here. So I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly what it will let me sell here or buy here. Oh, okay, sorry, no, that's too much. It's too much. Let's just try this. Like, see, it doesn't tell me what the maximum size is. If you guys see where it's size, let me know. But I don't. 2x. I want to buy 25. Okay, yeah. So it'll probably let me do this here. Here we go. Because I'm on 2x leverage, I keep forgetting about the leverage part. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I'm in now. I'm in. You can see the realized P&L down here. Probably my trading fees, $16.49. Yep, trading fees. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys liked this video of me live trading, I am going to do it with some real money coming up shortly on Blowfin, do some live trades, and I will kind of talk through some of my strategies of what I'm looking for while I'm scanning these. Like I said, this was a good opportunity right here just because I saw that RSI get so deep, and this price has really fallen off a cliff here. It could go lower. It also could kind of retrace here over the next hour to 2 hours, kind of get back up to these levels where it was. I thought this would be the bottom for a little bit, but significant downtrend here. So I definitely think this was a lower low. So we might get a quick swing up to the upside. And we could definitely make some money off of trades like this. This is the part about trading these futures that you guys could make good money if you position yourself correctly, while also safely, right? So I said before, I thought that you could put in, I'd say anywhere from 5 to 10% of your portfolio. So I still have here almost $39,300 worth of USDT to still trade, and I'm already up $100 on this trade, right? So there's money to be made. Playing with the margins, you have to make sure you're looking at your liquidity prices and you're looking at your maximums that you could be buying. The maximum on that last one still was kind of confusing me there because I had, it was showing me that I was all in for 25,000 at 2x leverage, which would put my price at about 1250. So I was a little confused on that of why it just seemed like the math was off there. I'm sure it was me, not the computer though. And I'm up on this trade here. It's saying that I bought up here, but I'm up on the trade. And there we go. Now it makes sense. I guess it was just the candle was lagging behind a little bit. It was still on this red candle here. There we go. So yeah, it's up. Price is up. And I think it could go a little bit higher. Back up into this range here. Maybe it might take a little bit longer. But that's really all I had for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy the live crypto trading. I'm going to be doing more of it moving forward because I think it's a perfect time to get positioned into crypto. Seeing where the market was at, seeing how resilient the market was through the tariff wars at the beginning of the tariff wars. We're not over yet, but seeing how resilient the market was over the past couple of months after we hit all-time highs back in November, December. I think the market showed some resiliency, taking a nice dip. And from everything that we're seeing inside of the community, we have some pretty strong convictions that it's about to go higher. So if you guys are interested in joining the community, make sure to hit the link down in the description of this video. If you're watching on X, there's a tweet tagged below the live stream. So make sure to go check that out. You guys can join up the community there. And I'll get you guys right in. We'll get you onboarded. You guys can meet the guys, can meet everybody in there, and start learning immediately and start copying our trades inside of the community. Also, if you guys already have an e-commerce store, I'm looking to do an audit on your e-commerce store. If you're just looking to maybe optimize your marketing, optimize your shipping, optimize your supplier, whatever you're doing, or just software as a whole, I will help you guys out in optimizing your e-commerce stores and your online brands. Maybe even a graphic design overhaul. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how you guys are looking, all right? So let me switch this back over. And that's really all I had for you guys. Let me close this trade out. Let's close this quick trade out. We'll take the green. Boom. Successful trade. Let's check out the ending balance in the demo account. All right, so we made $100 some bucks on that last trade, getting us up to 53,236. I prematurely closed out the one put trade I had, but for purposes of showing you guys buying and selling, I think it was a success tonight. All right. Well, that's all I have for you guys. I will see you on Wednesday for the Gentleman's Code. 8 a.m. Wednesday, live here. Make sure to be here. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe.